Hi, Mimi. Hmm. Good morning, yogis. Sorry, I am 1 minute late. I was trying to get the dogs back in. So it's a beautiful day. So happy to have you all coming around and finding your way here this morning. I do encourage you to just grab maybe 2 blocks or the equivalent of books, and also if you have two rolled, I've been using, as you can see behind me, towels that I've just been rolling and creating like little kind of bolsters, mini supports, and it's been working really well. Good morning, John. Joining from work. That is the coolest. I have a friend, he works in outdoors and he takes a little break. I love it. Val, lovely to know you are here. So, welcome, yogis. If you are here, it's so nice if you could say hello in the feed. It puts me in a good mood. And even if you're not practicing with me, it's just nice to know that you're out there. As I support you, you support me. It's so beautiful. It's a gorgeous day, and just excited to be here and take on this day. So, I'm going to encourage you all to start laying down. So as I head back to my mat, I will just show you. So today, if you have this support, you can see it's like for me, it's a rolled towel. You might place it onto the mat and then just place it behind your knees. So first just lay down and then get this towel behind your knees and then just extend your legs long. Yeah? And as you do, just kind of shift that lower back a little bit. And the same, I always love that space between the shoulder blades. And then just let the arms just start softly out to a T. So alongside your body, they can also be a little bit lower or maybe a little bit more out to that sharper T. Up to you. And then just let go. So just allow yourself to get attacked by the cat, and just drop in. As we take this time this morning just to pause, right? Just to pause into this beautiful day, this beautiful Tuesday. Taking in a moment just to drop into the goodness, the light, the love inside of you, as you always hear me say. And today I'm just going to do a little reading. So as you lay there, let's take a little moment just to read something to you. I think it's so important to this powerful yoga, this practice of yoga. There's so much that goes on, so much more than just these physical practice of these poses. And just a reminder, a spiritual practice is one that brings us full circle. Not to a new self, but rather back to the essence of our true self. Yoga is the practice of celebrating what is. At the end of the hero's journey, he finds that he did not need to go anywhere, that all he sought was inside of him all along. Dorothy, having traveled across time and space to the land of Oz, and having struggled desperately to find her way back to Kansas, discovers that she could have gone home at any time. In the end, she learns that her adventures have simply brought her to the point where she can believe this, right? It is in the aim of spiritual seeking to bring us home. Home to the understanding that we already have everything we need. So as we begin our practice today, just dropping into that, right? That space inside of us where that love, that light already exists. Noticing how it feels within you as you lay here on your mat. Noticing just the subtleties of the breath as we use that as one of the 8 limbs of yoga to drop us in deeply, to focus our minds. Just notice as you let go here this morning, and just feel all that inside you that already exists. Following your breath, feeling the rise and fall of the breath, the inhales as they fill you up, and the exhales as they release you out, a sense of letting go of all that doesn't serve us. And just feel that breath, the inhales rising softly through your body. And exhales, just letting them release you out. Just follow this breath, rise and fall. Feeling the expansion into your heart center. And releasing down into the earth. Just 2 more rounds. Inhale. And that exhale. Inhale. And that exhale. And then from here, slowly begin to draw that right leg in. So as you do, just giving it a hug in. That left leg is long. And just feel the space into the back of the body. Let that neck remain long as well. And just feel it. Draw it in. Kind of hugging that leg in. And just pause there again. Notice if the shoulders have moved up towards the ears, or if you can just relax them and just let this natural kind of gravity take this leg, opening up your body. Breathing in, breathing out. And then from here, just softly extend that leg to the sky, hands wrap around the back. It doesn't need to be a straight leg, just a nice kind of lengthening of it. Notice how it runs through your body. And then just keep the lower back and the hips down onto the earth and just circle that ankle, just a nice awakening of that ankle, of that foot. Nice, and then switch head the other way. Perfect, and then draw this knee back into your chest. Give it a nice hug again. And then we're gonna open this knee a little bit out to the side. So for me, out to the right, feeling that inner thigh, but also keeping that left hip onto the ground. So just pause there, nothing pushy. You might even kind of massage a little bit up and down, a little bit of circles, very small. And revisit that breath, that goodness of right here, right now. And then begin to take this knee back through center, and then placing the left hand onto the outer edge. Just take it across your body, but I know you're all gonna wanna go to that deep stretch. I just want you to softly take it across your body and just feel a nice little space come. Don't be pushy, and just open up that heart. Maybe take the gaze over those right fingertips. And just take a few breaths there. Again, just dropping in. Dropping into your body, dropping into this present moment. One more breath. Perfect. And then draw this knee back in to your chest, giving it another hug. And then place that right foot back down on the earth and draw that left leg in. And you can extend that right leg long. Again, there's that nice cushion there behind the knee. And just find that space here to pause. There's a nice interlacing of the fingers around that knee or shin so that you can relax the shoulder, relax the neck. And just take your breath there. 2 more breaths. 1 more breath. Beautiful. And then very slowly from here, just begin to extend that leg long, this left leg long. Notice maybe one leg is tighter, how it's different without judgment. Just understanding. The leg does not have to be straight, just this first kind of extension in our bodies this morning. And then begin to circle that ankle one direction. Using these poses, these asanas, to focus our mind, switch direction on that circling. Teaching us patience, understanding. Lots of clicking there. And then draw this left knee back into your chest, giving it that hug again. And then you're going to open that left knee out to the side. It doesn't need to be big. I'm kind of supporting it with my palm, even bringing that elbow down onto the earth. And just pause there. Maybe you place that right hand onto your right hip just to keep that nice balance. I'm taking a few breaths here, inhales and exhales. Inhales and exhales. One more there. And then slowly draw this knee back through center, taking that right hand to the outer edge, and then just come into a small little supine twist, supine being laying flat. And then just feel a little bit of this at the waist, the lower back, and into the hip. And softly let that left arm open to the side, gaze can follow. And just take a few breaths there. Inhales and exhales. One more. Beautiful. And then draw this knee back into your chest, giving it a hug. Good. And then from here, we're going to take and draw both knees into the chest, giving them a nice hug. Yeah, just take your time here, kind of opening up that lower back. Again, let the neck remain long and the heart open. And then from here, we're going to slowly take the knees over to the side, and we're going to bring ourselves up to a seated position. Just take your time, reaching slowly up. And you might sit up on that cushion that was behind your knees just to give yourself a little bit more lift. Maybe come into that Sukhasana if that feels okay to you. Let the knees open up. Let the hips find a space that's comfortable. And just sit tall here. Drop in, shoulders melt away from the ears. Take your breath, inhale. And exhale. And dropping into our practice today, this focus of just bringing ourselves home, right? Back into that space that already exists inside of us. Moving from darkness to light. Hands together in Anjali Mudra, just bow down, fingertips, head to fingertips. Head to heart. Pausing there into this beautiful space inside you. Love it. From here, take a nice inhale. We're just going to reach these arms out and up to the sky. So as we get that nice reach, just walk the arms out a little bit. Lift the navel in and up and just feel that movement. Nothing right, nothing wrong. Just feeling this present moment. Beautiful. And then from here, come back through to center. We're going to take and hook the thumbs. Take a nice inhale, reach long, shoulders melt. And then exhale over to the right. Keep moving. Inhale, switch the thumbs as you come to center. And exhale over to the left. Breathing. That feels so good in my shoulder, that tight shoulder I have. Beautiful. Inhale, come back through center. And exhale, bring the hands down to your heart center, bowing into that space. So now, yes, we're bowing, we're honoring, but also feel that space up into the shoulder blades, into the neck. Take another breath. Listen to that beautiful breath. And then from here, take an inhale, sweep the arms back up to the sky, get that nice big reach. Hook the thumbs again, and exhale over to the right again. Lift the navel in and up, and let that left sit bone drop down. And then from here, bring that bottom arm down to the earth. Right arm reaches, left arm reaches up and over. Feels good this morning. And again, just find it for you, kind of moving around and massaging into all of these little bits and pieces. Maybe your first stretch this morning, just let it happen. You might take the gaze up and then take it down. Take another breath and inhale. And then exhale a little bit deeper into it. Perfect. From here, lift the navel, take that top arm back up to the sky, and let this bottom arm follow. Beautiful. Hook the thumbs again, switching. Take a nice inhale. And then over to the left a little bit as you exhale. Good. Taking that breath. And then from here, we're going to take that bottom arm, bringing it down. That top arm, find an inhale to get some more reach. And then exhale into that lovely side stretch. There it is. Feels so good. Each side a little different. Just connect to your body. Learn about your body so that you can take care of it, right? Nourish it. So you can endlessly come back to that space of light, of love, that space inside of you. One more breath here. Moving the head, whatever feels right. And then slowly that top arm reaches for the sky. That bottom arm begins to reach again. And then from here, palms come back together, but we're going to keep them moving and we're going to slide them onto the earth or bringing a block in, bringing them, the hands out in front. And you can bring a block in as well. So just supporting your hips, your knees. We don't need to stress everything. We're just kind of opening slowly this morning, journeying into our bodies. You might make some little circles, whatever it is, right? Feeling the lower back, the hips, up the spine. Beautiful. Take a breath here. A nice inhale that fills you up, and then exhale out through the mouth. Notice it'll take you deeper. So much of this tightness in our body is tightness of the mind, tightness of our thoughts. Just notice how that exhales create space for you. Beautiful, and then slowly lift that navel, so engage the core, support the movement as we just lift ourselves back up. And then from here, taking these legs for me, I have this right leg in front. We're going to switch and bring the opposite leg in front. If you need a little stretch in between, totally understandable. Yeah, and then reestablish your seat. And you can always place supports underneath. Get those sit bones spreading. Take these arms, reach them up to the sky, opening up for this day. Now from here, we're going to take a nice inhale, lengthen, and then we're going to take this right hand across our bodies, coming to that, is that right? Yes. We're going to take and come into our first twist. So take a nice inhale, and then exhale into the twist. Feel the navel drawing in and up to support this as we move from our belly button into our ribs, into our heart center. Let the shoulders melt away, gaze over that shoulder. And then just softly open the chest a little bit so it becomes a little bit of a back bend. Take a breath. Beautiful. And then as you unravel, coming back up through center, reaching the arms nice and long. Get that stretch through the side body and coming to the opposite direction. Whatever direction it is for you, just taking that movement. And then lifting the spine, opening the heart as you twist gently over that back shoulder. Let the gaze be the last to come. So not rushing it to get into this big twist, feeling it through the whole line of your body as your heart opens. Beautiful. One more breath there. And then coming back through to center. Again, reach these arms up to the sky, getting that beautiful space through the spine, through the side body. Palms come together. And then again, we fold through that center line. Hands can come down onto the earth, or again, we slide that block in. And just rock a little bit side to side. Let the head go. Breathing in, breathing out. Feel that space into the hips, not forceful, into that lower back and up that spine. Beautiful. Take that breath here, that full breath that kind of fills you up like a balloon. And then exhale out, noticing the extra space that you have inside your physical body. 2 more breaths there. 1 more breath. And then very slowly just begin to bring yourself back up. Use that core a little bit to support that movement, right? And then we're going to move to hands and knees. So just taking your time, shifting this party to our hands and knees. Bringing the knees underneath our hips. Yeah, I'm going to move some of my things. Good. Hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. And we're here starting in this neutral place. Let that neck be long. And as you do, I want you to find a little bit more length from the crown of head to the tail, right? And then lift the navel in and up a little bit more. And then from here, we're going to move into that cow pose. But we're going to lead with the tail first. So begin to lift the tail. And as you do, then slowly feel it run through that waist and then into that heart. The shoulders melt and that chest lifts. There it is. Good. And then slowly, we're going to begin to tuck the chin, tuck the tail, and round into that cat. Feel that nice stretch into the back of the body. And then again, slowly lead with the tail as it begins to lift up and then runs through the navel, through the waist, up into the chest, into that cow. And then slowly begin to tuck under. Tuck the chin around the spine to the sky. Beautiful, like that. Inhale, reaching back into our cow, opening up our heart. And exhale, let that tail lead as you hollow out into that space up into the sky with the back of the body. This time we're going to come back to our cow, lift our chest, but we're going to curl those toes under. So get a little space into those feet. Feel that space, and then from here we're going to sit back towards the heels. Take your time. It doesn't have to be deep. So if you have your knees just don't want to do that, then just stay higher. All is well. You might go a little bit lower if that's available. And you can also sit up onto the heels. This is, for me, this position each day is different depending on my knees. So whatever feels right to you, don't judge it. Just this practice of yoga, making it yours. And we're so lucky in ways to be practicing from home now because, or if you're done out in the field, you really can explore it and make it yours. So you don't need to feel self-conscious. You don't need to judge. So wherever you are, 1 more breath. Beautiful. And if you're sitting up, walk the hands back out. We all meet back into that tabletop position. Releasing the toes. And then from here, we're going to take and walk the hands out a little bit more out in front of us and move forward into a knee down plank. So just find that space. Let the shoulders melt down away from the body. And as we're in that knee down plank, just feel the navel drawing in and up. Let that heart open. Let the neck be long. Take a breath here. We're building a little strength. And from here, we're going to take a nice inhale. And we're going to bend the elbows maybe 3 inches behind us for that exhale. Now push back up. Inhale. And again, bend the elbows just a little bit, maybe 3 inches behind us. Inhale, come back up. And exhale, just a little bend, please. Inhale, back up. And again, exhale, bend those elbows. Oh, 1 more. Inhale, because I lost count. Good time to lose count, right? Exhale, bend those elbows. Beautiful. Inhale, we're back to that plank, and we're going to slide our hips back, and we're going to move into child's pose. So knees can come wide, toes towards each other. Forearms might stay on to the earth, or the arms might be long. Just let yourself melt here. And again, it can be higher. Just modify. It can be lower. The knees can be tighter together. It doesn't matter. Dropping down into the space of your heart, right here in this child's pose. Listen for the breath. We're just going to take 3 breaths here. Feel each breath From the beginning to the end, to the flow of the next. One more breath. Beautiful. Now, keep the hands out in front if you can. Begin to tuck the tail. Tuck the tail, which means lift the navel as well. And then begin to tuck the chin as you're going to kind of slide up almost towards that cat. And then you're going to keep moving forward. Keep the knees a little bit wider here. Moving back into that plank. Knees are wide. And then you're going to melt the hips. And look, I'm lifting my feet and opening my heart. I forgot about this pose and I remembered it yesterday. I was like, gosh, I love this shape. That openness of the heart. There's a stretch into the front of the body. There's this nice curve of the spine. Take a breath. Inhale. And then slowly, knees stay wide, feet release, and you exhale back towards that child. Don't get too comfortable. We're going to move again. Round yourself up. Lift the pelvic floor. Begin to move back towards that knee down plank, but let the hips dip a little bit, heart opens. And again, you take this as deeply as feels right to you, right? And then again, lift the navel, sliding back. This is the last time. We're going to move back towards that child. Doesn't need to be deep. Don't get too comfy. We're going to inhale, slide back up. Toes together if you can, and hips melt, heart opens. And then just keep rolling. Bend those elbows. Remember we found that a little bit earlier. Roll down the front of the body. Let the legs go long now. Good. And then lift the heart to that cobra. Open up that heart. Melt and release. Exhale. Again, peel your heart off the earth. Lift your heart. Exhale. Release. Last one. Inhale. Peel your heart. Send it forward. And then exhale back. Tabletop, hands and knees. We're going to curl these toes under now. And this is where I love the props of the blocks or books or cans of soup. Cans of soup can be a little sharp, but if you want to use them to lift into a downward dog, they're great little tricks here. So wherever you are, hands on the mat or on these blocks or props, just lift the hips up and just let yourself be in this big upside down V. And I want you to bring the feet, I'm going to do a little bit showing you from the back. Your feet are a little bit wider here. And just move a little bit side to side. I know so many of us take this downward dog way too seriously, meaning that we feel like we have to be in all of the discomfort of the tightness in our body. And I really want you to be able to move the head a little bit. Bend one knee as that heel lifts. Bend the other. Yeah, and just allow it to be a little bit more of a space of ease. And I know that's kind of says a lot with this downward dog at times. But just again, let yourself explore. One more breath here. And then from here, if you have the props, you can always bring them with you. We're going to walk back to the back of our mat. And we're going to find a half lift. So again, maybe you use the blocks and kind of lift your spine long, or hands can come to the thighs or shins. Take that lift, and for me, this is really about getting more length into that lower back, more space into the hips. Take another breath, find that next inhale. And then with the exhale, begin to fold yourself forward into this first standing fold. So again, you might use the blocks just to bring the hands to the something to touch, or you might just let the arms dangle down. And same thing here, just shift the weight side to side, see if you can let the head go, and just explore this forward fold. Movement to just open you out, breath to just focus you in, calm your nervous system. Good. One more breath. Love it. From here, slide these hands back. Blocks, shins, thighs, that long spine, Ardha Uttanasana. And then melt back, Uttanasana. And from here, I want you to soften the knees a little bit. Lift the belly in and up. tuck the chin, tuck the tail, so many details, and then begin to roll yourself up. So we're going to roll up to the count of 5, 4, 3, keep tucking that chin, 2, and 1. And at the top, let the shoulders roll down the back of your body. Perfect. Sorry, I need to adjust so you can see me. And as you stand here, I then want you to take these arms, reach them up to the sky. So get that nice big reach. And then from here, take this over to the right. So as you do, you get that nice stretch into the side body again. The thumbs can be hooked. Inhale and exhale. We're going to take 2 more breaths there. Inhale and exhale. 1 more, feels so good. And then exhale. Beautiful, come back through center, switch the hook of the thumbs, and exhale over to the left. And find that space, inhale, and then exhale. Inhale, and then exhale. Last one, and then exhale. Good. Inhale, back through to center. Hands are going to come down to our heart center here. Bow your head to your heart again, coming back to that intention. Moving back into the light that exists inside you already. Now soften the knees and then fold yourself through your center line. Maybe the hands find those props again if you use them. And we're going to walk back out, downward facing dog. Yeah, take your time. Feel it right there. Take an inhale and exhale down into the heels. Perfect. From here, we're going to take our gaze forward and we're going to slowly make our way to the top of the mat. Never as easy as walking back. And as you arrive, same thing. Feet can be a little bit wider. You might find they begin to come a little bit closer together as the back of your body opens up. Take a breath there. We're going to move into that half lift, so fingertips to props or shins or thighs. And then take another one, grow longer. And then melt deeply into your forward fold. Maybe the hands come down along the backs of the calves or ankles. Whatever it is for you. Nothing forceful, but just opening up the back of the body, letting the head go. 2 more breaths here. 1 more breath. Beautiful. Now, this time, we're going to release the hands and we're going to sit a little lower into a chair pose. So you can have the feet be quite wide in this chair just to support the movement, or you might bring the knees a little bit more tightly together, toes together, heels apart, or you might just have a little separation. I just don't want the knees like this. I want a little bit of alignment, please. Good. We're still here, yes. Breathing in and breathing out. 1 more breath. Building some strength. Beautiful. Now inhale all the way up to standing. At the top, just open up that heart a little bit and then bring the hands back to your heart center. Beautiful. Hands at your heart center. We're going to move here. So take a nice sweep. Open up the heart and then palms together through that center line as you exhale. Now here's where you can slide those props back in underneath your hands. We're going to step that right foot back. Left knee over that left ankle. Crown of head, kind of reaching to the front as the heart opens up. And just pause. Can you, again, in this shape, in this lunge where there's a little bit more of that effort of muscle working, can you find, again, that beautiful space of the breath? That beautiful space of the light, of the goodness inside you. 1 more. And then bring that right knee down to the earth. Now toes can stay curled or not, it's up to you. I just want you to come a little bit more forward, tuck the tail slightly so we're not collapsing into the hips and the heart opens. Breathing in and breathing out. Just breathing into this present moment where all is well, all is good. 1 more breath. Perfect. Now, from here, we're going to take these hands. You can sweep them all the way up or slide them to the top of your left knee and just slowly lift over the hips a little bit more. Heart opens, gaze goes out in front, that drishti out in front. Take your breath. Beautiful. Now, from here, all of us take the arms up to the sky, unless you take one arm up, right? Take a breath here, inhale, and open up the heart a little bit of a back bend as you exhale, kind of lifting that heart to all that is. And then from here, that right hand, it's going to cross over to the outside of that left knee, and this left hand, it's going to come either into your lower back, palm facing out, or to your hip. Lift the navel, and here's that twist. We took that twist earlier, seated. Now find it here, through that center line, ribs, chest, then the shoulders, then the gaze. Remember to breathe for 2 breaths. 1 breath. Perfect. And then ever so slowly, these arms are going to sweep back up to the sky. Watch your balance, focusing, concentrating. And then hands are going to reach out in front, and they're going to find those blocks or the earth. From here, we're going to take this left leg, and we're going to just extend it long. So just kind of sliding those hips back, and you can always walk that left foot a little bit more forward. I kind of like the toes to turn up, but you can do whatever feels right. Shift the hips a little bit, side to side, just to explore. And then take a nice breath and inhale. Kind of feel that expansion. And then exhale over that leg, letting go. There it is, beautiful. Inhales. Exhales. Again, inhale. And that exhale. 2 more, just pausing into the space, not into the force, but just this goodness. As you open up your body, as you focus the mind through these shapes. And then very slowly, we're going to bring that left foot back down onto the earth, moving back into that nice place we started. Heart is open. Perfect. And then from here, we're going to make our way to stepping this right foot forward. So lifting that right knee. You might take lots of little steps. You might really lift that core and kind of step it forward. Yeah. Take a half lift there. Nice long spine. Melt Uttanasana into that forward fold. And then from here, soften the knees, sweep the arms all the way out and up again, reaching for the sky, palms together at the top, and then hands come to your heart center. Back into your heart as we move back into that heart space. Again, sweep up as we come to the other side, reaching nice and long. Palms together as we fold through that center line. Soften the knees to protect the back. Hands slide, half lift shins, and then planting the hands onto the earth or these blocks, we're going to step that left foot back. And as we do, again, we pause, just find that space, that alignment, right knee over that right ankle, from that heel of the foot to the crown of the head. Heart is open. Breathing in and breathing out. Just calm yourself here. Just pausing for another breath. Beautiful. Take a nice inhale. And then let that left knee come down to the earth as you exhale. Toes again, curled under or not, it's up to you. And then just lift the pelvic floor. So there's a slight tuck of the tail, a lift of the core. And then just lean forward a little bit. And just pause there. Shoulders melt away from the ears. Breathing in, breathing out. Good. And again. Perfect. Now, that focus is out in front. And here's where you can either sweep the arms out and up or slide them first to that knee and begin to lift your chest up. Shoulders over the hips. Heart opens. We're not rounded in. We're opening up to all this beauty, all this light. Focus your eyes. And then sweep the arms, one or both, up to the sky. Up to you. Tuck the tail. Lift the heart. Take your breath. 2 more. 1 more. And then ever so slowly, left hand's going to cross over, finding the outer edge of that right knee. And this right hand comes behind and maybe to your waist or into your lower back. So wherever it feels right to you, take a nice inhale, grow long. And then begin to take this twist. It's from the waist into the ribs, into the heart. Focus your eyes, watching that balance. Feel the breath for 2 more. Yeah, we're pausing. This practice of yoga, focusing the mind, practicing patience. Good, and then slowly, arms reach back up to the sky, that little bit of effort there. And then exhale, reach the arms long, and as you do, find those blocks, right, or the earth, and then we're gonna move. It'll feel really nice to get out of those hips as we extend that right leg long. And take your time here. Just kind of shift the tail slightly. Find that space. Let the toes maybe roll up on that right leg. For me to do that, I like to walk my foot a little bit more forward. And find the breath here. We're going to take one nice big inhale, kind of expanding, reaching, and then exhale over that leg. Right sit bone rolls back. Take your breath. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. 2 more breaths. Just let yourself soften into it, not so forceful. 1 more breath. Perfect. And then from here, that right foot is going to just slide back down onto the earth. And then here's that option. We're going to lift that left knee. I shouldn't say it's an option. We're going to the front of the mat. So you can take one big step or lots of little steps. That's the option. So whatever feels right, try and do it controlled. And then slide into that half lift. Long. And then melt forward fold. And from here, we're going to just, again, sit into that chair, sweeping the arms, tuck the tail, feel those nice energy in the inner thighs. Take your breath for inhales and exhales. 1 more. Beautiful, and then reach all the way up to the sky. Open the heart again a little bit at the top. And palms together as you bow into your heart center. Breathing there, just feeling again this day, this openness, this light. Perfect. From here, we're gonna bring our legs nice and wide here, nice wide stance. And keep the toes just to start turning towards the sort of the front, right? For me, it's towards the camera so that they're not turning out. I want them turned in. And then notice there's kind of a lifting of those inner arches. That doesn't mean you're rolling out to the outer edges. It just means there's some nice, they're not collapsing. There's some nice energy lifting up through the legs. Bring the hands to the hips. And then from here, take a nice inhale. And with the exhale, we're gonna fold forward again. So kind of allowing that spine to stay long as you melt here forward. And then let the hands come down to the earth or slide those props in. They're probably all the way on the other side of the room, so go find them. And whatever it is, I just want you to take a little moment here to pause. And just feel that nice stretch again up the back. Breathing in, breathing out. One more breath here. Perfect. And then from here, we're going to take and bring the hands back to the hips. We're going to lift that navel. Long spine here, so be really careful of your back, so lots of core to come up. Just getting some nice energy into the legs. And then we're going to take this, for me, that back foot, we're going to turn it out and we're going to move into warrior 2. So that right knee, for me, over that ankle. And then these arms reach to a T. Yeah. Take your breath. You can always keep the hands at your waist. Those back toes, they stay. They're not rolling out. There's sort of a 90-degree angle here. Breathing in, breathing out. Beautiful. Now, from here, we're going to take this back arm and we're going to take it either to our, actually, let's take it into our lower back, or you can bring it down onto your leg. But I want you then to take this front hand, bring it onto your heart center. And just when you do that, I want you to notice just that touch of that palm onto your heart center, how good that feels. Just that connection. And then just open that heart up, take the gaze up, lift the navel, and just move back a little bit. Yeah, this version of this warrior, this reverse warrior, that whole stretch into the hip. One more breath. Beautiful. And then as we release from this front forearm comes down to the top of that thigh, and this back arm sweeps up and over. Feel that nice stretch there. Open up that heart. Lift the navel. And breathe. Again, 2 more breaths. Just feel that nice length, staying calm. Beautiful. Now, slowly, we're going to lift back up to that warrior 2. And then taking these arms to the sky, that back foot turns in, so we're back into that wide stance here. And we're going to turn that front foot out, and we're into that warrior 2. Yeah, feel that space. Pause into it. And just check out those feet, that left knee into the same direction as the toes. Can you relax those toes? Breathing in, breathing out. Perfect. Now, we're going to move here. So that back hand can either find that thigh or wrap into your lower back. This front palm, bring it down into your heart center. And just pause to notice how that feels. You lightly bring your space, your mind, that sensation of touch into your heart center. Beautiful. And then from here, just begin to lift the chest, open up that heart. And then we're just going to lean kind of to the side. I always kind of don't want you leaning back into that lower back. We're leaning to the side. Stay bending into that front leg. And then just open that heart a little bit more. Shoulders melt away from the ears. Can you pause into this shape, into this pose? Can you feel that kind of space of light inside of you? Focusing into that. Love it. And then as we release, that front arm comes down, that forearm down to that leg. And this back arm sweeps up and over. There's that side stretch. Feel that energy in the inner thighs. That nice stretch into the side body. Good. One more breath. Take an inhale. And then this time we're going to slowly bring the hands down either side of that front foot. We're going to roll back to that lunge. And we're going to bring that knee down, or if you like, step back to a downward dog or step back to child. So if you want, just slide that foot back to your downward dog or come into your child's pose. Inhales and exhales. Inhale and exhale. Wherever you are, we're just kind of moving into stillness. Take another breath. Perfect. And then if you're in this downward dog, we're going to bring those knees down to the earth. Good. We're going to release those toes and move all of us down into that child's pose. Breathing in, breathing out. Let yourself go. Kind of awakening our bodies for this day. 2 more breaths here. 1 more breath. And then ever so slowly, we move ourselves up, finding that seated position again. Just before we come down, we're just going to take a nice little shape here. Bring the soles of the feet together. It's Baddha Konasana. Shift the sit bones slightly. Yeah. Soles of the feet come together, knees open wide. Take a nice inhale, and as you do, lift the chest, melt the shoulder. Exhale. Take another breath. Inhale. And then begin to just fold forward here. Yeah, so hands might wrap around the toes. They might walk out in front. Just make it yours. Another little kind of rocking side to side if that feels nice in your body. Let that head release. Perfect. Good. And then Slowly from here, take that breath, that nice big inhale that reaches us into new. And that exhale that lets us settle, relax, let us be in that space. 2 more breaths. One more breath. Perfect. And then from here, just slowly kind of tuck the chin, lift the navel, and just roll yourself up. Good. We're going to take this right leg long. Bring this left leg to the inside of that thigh. And same thing, you can always slide a block underneath that knee. Toes to the sky. I want you to take a nice inhale, reach long. And then exhale, just begin to walk out over this right leg, but not pushy, not fast. Just notice we have a little bit more kind of space in our bodies from when we began, but just taking a little bit more of that hamstring stretch here, but also that space into the spine. Just slowly walk out. When you find that sweet little edge, take a breath, inhale, and then exhale into it. 2 more breaths. One more breath. And then lifting the navel, tucking the chin slightly, just that kind of rolling up that we're doing. Should feel good. And then as you do, sweep the arms up to the sky as you arrive. And then taking this right hand across to that left knee, and that left hand comes behind. Inhale, grow long, and then take that nice little twist here as you exhale. Inhale, and exhale. One more. And then exhale. And then coming back through, just taking this left leg long, bringing this right foot to the inside of that left leg, and you can slide that block over there. And as you do, just again, establish that sit bones spreading a little bit. Yeah. Take a nice inhale, lengthen. Hands can come down either side of that right leg. And then we're just slowly walking out, right? So take your time. Yeah, and then maybe notice if you're rounding into that sort of upper back, lower back, and take another reach, and then melt into it. Feel the breath here. Notice the breath. Each exhale softening you into the shape, not pushing you, not forcing you. Good. 2 more breaths. One more breath. And then lifting the navel in and up, releasing the hands if they're wrapped, and just rolling yourself up. Tuck the chin, and at the top of that sweep, these arms up to the sky. And then taking that left hand across your body to that right knee, and right hand, we grow long, flex a little bit through that left leg, and exhale as we twist. Breathing in, and breathing out. Inhales, we grow long. Exhales, we take that twist. One more breath. Perfect. And then slowly coming back through to center. We're going to take and make our way down onto our backs, which is always a good sign. And I encourage, if you have that rolled towel, bring it and have it near you. Or if you have a bolster, which is fabulous, bring that, and we're going to use that just in a minute. So just keep that nearby. Of course, mine unrolls. So finding your way down onto the earth. Yeah, feels good. And then as you arrive, just tuck the knees into your chest, giving them a nice little hug. Perfect. And then just bring the soles of the feet down and let the feet come a little bit wider. And then we're just going to take these knees over to the right. So just breathing into that upper hip a little bit. The arms can come to a T. Just taking a few breaths here. And just feel that nice space. Breathe into it. Let go of the force. If you feel it's available and comfortable, you can always take this right foot, this heel, and kind of drop it to the outer edge of that knee or thigh. Just notice what that does. Be really careful though. I hesitate to even offer some of these little additions because they're not all necessary. So you can always uncross, but if you feel like that deepens you and kind of takes you in a place that's right, then do it. Good, one more breath. Love it. And then if that foot kind of shifted on top of that left knee, bring that off and bring the knees back through. A little bit of a shimmy side to side. And then take the knees over to the left. Yeah, feet are wide or not, it's up to you, but the wider for me, the more space I get all into that edge of the body. Good, breathing there. Gaze can go over the opposite side of fingertips, so my knees are to the left, my gaze will go to the right. And again, there's that option if it feels right, kind of taking that left heel, kind of plopping it to the outside of that right knee. And just noticing if that does anything for you that's adding to your practice. Two more breaths. One more breath. And then taking that foot off the knee if you brought it there and coming back through to center. So this is where that bolster or that thick blanket or pillow comes in. We're going to take and slide it. I've been doing a lot of this lately underneath that sacrum, which is at the base of the spine, and it's like a plate at the base of the spine. So think about it sort of right above the sit bones, but it's not in the curve of the spine. It's just right at the base of that tail, or of the spine, yeah. And then just pause here for a moment. Just let that back settle. And then draw the knees back into your chest. And as you do, you can just kind of, as you do that, you can notice there's like a little bit of a natural tilt into that lower back, which feels good. Let the shoulder blades open up a little bit more. And then here's that option that I love. You can take these legs up to the sky. It's a nice inversion. And this inversion, legs to the sky, just let your heart open. And again, if this doesn't feel right, you can always get support by placing the legs over a chair or a sofa if you have one right there, or move to one. Or you can move to have your legs up the wall, and you can always shimmy around. I'm going to shimmy around on my my blanket a little bit. And this is our final pose before we go, right? So you can take and stay here for your breath, for your Shavasana. Or you can take and bring the legs down to the earth and slide what's underneath your back behind your knees, back where we started. And just allowing that blood to flow through your body from the feet to the heart. And again, if this feels good, stay here for a few more breaths or take your legs along. It's up to you. And just take a breath, all of us together. Just feel that inhale through the nose. Take a soft exhale out through the mouth, that surrender of that exhale. And just feel the space. Feel this wholeness of you. Feel this practice of bringing us home. Moving from light into darkness. Moving from darkness into light. Moving into the light that already exists inside of us. Breathing in, breathing out. staying here a little bit longer if you like. Or you can softly begin to lift yourself up, finding your seat. Just rolling to your side and then lifting up. I went a little over today. I apologize. Felt so good. And just notice how you feel. Notice your practice today. And just remembering this practice of yoga through this breath, through these movements. It's about bringing us home, bringing us back to that which already exists inside of us. It just gets lost in moments and days and years. We have that opportunity to just come back to our truth, come back to love. Bring these hands together. Bow your head down. Take a nice inhale. Lift your head again. Exhale out through the mouth. And inhale together for Om. As we bow to all the light inside of us, all the light around us. Namaste. Thank you so much, yogis. That was wonderful. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know if you enjoyed it. Reach out. And I hope you have a beautiful day. I will see you throughout the week. And I should add again, I'm trying to let people know, if you are not on my email list for me, for my studio, please send me a message or get on that list through my website, millbrookyoga.com. I'm just having, there's lots going on, so I just want to make sure everybody's connected as best as possible to know schedule changes and studio updates and all of that. Thank you. Be well. Peace, peace, peace.